So as you can see, still in my work clothes. Um, but I got a little bit of motivation to do a job that almost became a temporary forever fix. So in the state of Massachusetts, you have to have hazards, right? In order to pass like the safety inspection so you can drive your car on the road. And well, this is what my plug looked like. It kind of disintegrated trying to remove a broken switch for this working switch. And it wasn't a big deal. Obviously, all of the pins could still make a connection, but this ground wire snapped off. And as you can see by that number 7 right there, and the fact that it's now August, I just recently passed inspection, and in order to get this to work, I just stuck an alligator clip on here, and then I took an alligator clip, the other end of it, and stuck it to the pin that it was supposed to go to, and that was good. That made it work. And I almost forgot that I had this sitting in my glove box until I just went in there to get something, and I was like, oh well, I mean, I have the time right now, I might as well just install it. So I grabbed my little wiring kit, and I'm going to match the wires and replace that plug, because this is what the plug is supposed to look like, right? And that's what I had left of it. So basically all of this plastic all broke away because it was so old and brittle, and I was just left with the parts that connect to the switch. So let's fix it, since I have the part to fix it. So wiring can be a little intimidating, but as long as you have the right tools for the job, decent strippers, a proper pair of crimping pliers. These obviously sit in my trunk, so yeah, a little rusty, but they do the job. And proper connectors, everything turns out easy. So I'm not gonna go in the kit, seeing as they all fell out in the bag. Ooh, actually I am gonna go in the kit, because what do I need? 1, 2, 3, 4. I need 4. And they're thin wires. I think I got this kit on Amazon. I don't know, one of those online places that was really cheap. I think that might be too thin. Well, rule of thumb, do one and check it. Because I think that's the smallest, and then I think that's the next smallest right there. So let's see if I can put you guys down somewhere that you can see, kind of. See if I can set you up on the seat somehow. And I'll You know, a tripod would really come in handy right now. That good? It's gonna have to be good. So I give these a couple little pulls because obviously they need it. Cut that old broken tip off. Expose some fresh wire. Twist it up. Does a small one fit? It does. So we go small guys. So I need to find 4 of the small ones. And I clamp. And then clamp. And clamp for good measure. And then I go tug, tug, tug test. And we're good. And I grab some heat shrink. You want to make sure you get the stuff that has like glue on the inside and it's, you know, decently heat resistant. So that's going to be our size. I only say the heat resistant part because you know, obviously in motorsports stuff gets hot. So you want to make sure the stuff that you're putting on your wiring isn't melting. So I got that. And then we gotta expose this guy. Actually, I mean, I probably don't need that long of wire, if we're being honest. Let's cut it down a little bit. Because in reality, that's a full harness. This is a full harness. So if I add them, I'm going to have, you know, what's that, 6 extra inches of wiring. I don't want to have six extra inches of wiring. It's one thing if I add an inch or two, but 6 inches, that's a lot of extra, especially right on the trans tunnel. Got my shifter all in there and stuff. I don't need extra stuff in there. So I just do the same thing on this wire. Expose. Insert. I like to make sure I bottom it out in there to make sure it like hits the center portion. If you get good connectors, they have like a center divide. Like it doesn't divide it 100%, but like there's a little bit of a blockage that it hits. So we just do crimp. And normally I don't have to crimp it like 3 times, but these wires are tiny for these pliers, so just for good measure to make sure that they are going to stay. Do a tug test. It's all good. I slide the heat shrink over. shrink it down with the wire. You see the glue coming out on the ends. Just press it down a little bit, make sure it all sticks, and that'll give you a nice waterproof connection. Do a little tug test. It's all good. Ready to go. On to the next one. So I just do that same thing 3 more times, and then I plug it back in. Alright, so that's fixed. Obviously this is not fixed. This is broken, but the button works, so that's all that matters. And then we go this way. Let's see. That light don't work. That's the way she go. Yeah, so, and I just tuck this guy back in here like this, like so. Tuck, 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 tuck. Drop this back down. This clicks into place. And then my button just sits on top like a cover. And now my temporary fix, is a forever fix until I can get a new button. Man, it's always something with this stupid car. Well, it works. I got my alligator clip back. So, yay. It's funny how a temporary fix can end up lasting for so long simply because it's not something that really is of concern, you know? It's not like it had to do with the health of the car or anything like that. It just made my lights flash all at the same time. And it still worked, so why am I gonna rush to fix it if it still works? But I had the part to fix it, fixed it. It took me 20 minutes. That's with fumbling with the phone and talking to myself, I guess, and doing the wiring and all the heat shrink and blah 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 blah. But yeah, no, that's all back together. Yeah, that's really it. That's all I got for today. I wanted to do more stuff, but well, I guess I can show one other thing. One other thing that I've been working on. I gotta go get the key. Bear with me. One, I need this jump pack. And two, you see this car sitting here in the driveway. Well, a few years back, I went on a trip with my buddy Louie. It was Drift Week. I ended up inviting my recent girlfriend out to hang out with us at one of the tracks for the weekend. and she hung out with us and ended up conning Louie, because I was asleep at our Airbnb. I was asleep in the morning. Louie went to go look for a new car, and well, she fell in love with this thing, and she drove it around for a little while, but eventually the catalytic converter was... I just heard some glass falling. I don't think it was my apartment though. The catalytic converter was stolen from it by one of her shady friends, and it didn't run from there. But here we go. Look at this. It's a Scion XB. Obviously, did a lot of drifting here. Got some parts from this guy. Thrash Factory. Limiter glove. Yeah, just a sweet car. It's got sick flames. Careless. They did like the catering for the drift week. I'm gonna get some wheels for it, because I mean it needs tires, but obviously the Steelies have seen better days. So I'm gonna buy wheels for it. It needs a brake job and it needs an alternator. But I put a cat in it, and I put an upstream and a downstream O2 sensor in it. I haven't like tightened the exhaust down. I wanted to make sure everything, like make sure it ran first before I went ahead and like bolted everything in and like welded the exhaust up and everything. But I have this. I have to like glue it back together and do some stuff. But like it's got like flames on the hood and like flames. Like it was like a custom paint job. It actually looked really cool. But that's really what she fell in love with. But I mean, it's got some clear coat peeling here and there from sitting for a while now. But I honestly, I mean, little dings here and there. But I mean, it was girl driven. So like, what do you expect? These things are pretty cool though. I love it because, hey, oh, of course it's locked. I love it because look at all this room for activities. And by activities, I mean car parts. Currently, BMW wheels. First of all, what do you know about that? Second of all, these are for sale. So if you're in the Mass CT area, 17 by 8 plus 34 5 by 120 BMW wheels, let me know. I got 6 of them. 5 of them are straight, 1 of them's a little bent, but yeah, give me like $100 or something. Like I don't even care. Just get them out of here. I don't need them. I have 8 of the Miglias and 2 of the Kansais, so I'm good on wheels. I don't need these ones anymore. But yeah, it's a big box. The seats fold down. I can fit tons of stuff in here. There's currently 8 wheels with 2 tires in the back. Banging wheels around. It's a 1.5 liter 4-cylinder, so it will get like 40 miles to the gallon, even though it's just like a box. And then the best part, you hop in, you see I had to buy a fuse box because every single fuse out of the fuse box was gone. Whoever took the cat took every fuse in the fuse box and one of the fuses up in here for the what was it? It was the fuse for the cluster here. So when when we went to get the car finally, first thing we noticed, it didn't run. So we had to figure out, oh, why doesn't it run? Oh, it's got codes for O2 sensors. Cool. Look at the O2 sensors. The cat's gone. Like, sick. So they took all of the electronics out to make sure that we couldn't figure it out until we, got the car towed home to figure out whatever was wrong with it. But I got it running the other day. I've since thrown probably like 3 gallons of 93 in it. Not that it needs 93 because it's just, a 1.5 liter 4-cylinder, but it is a 5-speed. That's literally the best part. It has 3 pedals. Ooh, clutch is a little squeaky, but fires right up. Maintenance required. Definitely needs an oil change. Yeah, but this thing is sick. Oh yeah. Got a 1/4 tank of gas now. Run some 93 through this bitch. But yeah, she was obsessed with ducks. But the reason I say this or show this car is because I've been trying to buy another BMW off of Marketplace. Not that I need another BMW. I need a daily driver. When I'm drifting, I'm worried too much about, oh no, I have to get to work tomorrow, or oh no, I have to fix the car so I can, drive it home or whatever. But I've been worried that I, am gonna hurt the car because I don't have another car to drive. And ever since I sold the convertible, that's really been my main concern. But I haven't been able to not find a car on Marketplace, but I just haven't been able to make a purchase. Either the sellers flake, or we can't agree on a price, or the cars are complete junk, or the sellers just want astronomical amounts of money for a car that is just not worth it. So after sitting in my driveway, I looked and I was like, you know what? I wonder what I could do to just get that car running. So I went on eBay and I bought the cheapest cat that I could find and the cheapest O2 sensor package that I could find, which it was a pack of O2 sensors that came with an upstream and a downstream. The O2 sensors were $23. The cat was $130. So look at that, $150, right? And then I bought, I think it was $15. I bought new hardware and stuff. So I'm into it for less than $180, and I got this car up and running. So it's currently not titled in anyone's name. So I need to just file the paperwork and pay the taxes on it, and I will be able to register and drive this thing around. Obviously it's not the coolest car in the world, but for a daily driver, I really don't care that it's the coolest thing in the world. It has air conditioning that works. It has seats. It has a clutch. The worst thing about it is it's front wheel drive. So I'm not thrilled with it, but it's something that I'll be able to drive and rely on and not have to always rely on my BMW. So that's the update with that. So soon enough I'll be able to comfortably drift the E36 and not worry about, like, I can actually try and get close to in tandem and not be afraid that, oh no, if I boop the car and bend a control arm, I'm not going to be able to drive to work tomorrow. I'll have this to drive to work. So obviously it needs to get cleaned up a little bit. It's been sitting for a long time. But yeah, this thing is actually pretty sweet. It gets great gas mileage, so it'll save me a lot in that aspect. But I'm gonna kill it before because it doesn't have an alternator. I'm literally just running it off my jump pack. So I'm gonna kill it, but it's good. I mean, oh, is the alternator working again? Oh my God, it is. No way. It just needed to run enough. No way, dude. No way. It is. The alternator is charging it. Nuh-uh. I almost sprung and bought an alternator too. No shit. I mean, I ran it a lot longer this time than last time. So that would that makes sense. It just needed to free up whatever was in there, that because it sat for a while. When this happened, her license at the time, she didn't have it, so I was like, here's the deal. You get your license back, we fix your car for you. She never got her license back. I never fixed a car for her. But, yeah. Dude, this is sick. It runs all by itself. I don't even have to have a jump pack on it. No way, dude. Obviously, I'm just trying to wrap this thing up. What? Use my head to lift the hood. What? No way, bro. Dude, there's just something about a Toyota. Like my neighbor's Corolla. Like, there's just something about a Toyota, bro. How? It wouldn't stay running last time I had it running. And the alternator literally fixed itself. Dude. And I put oil in it too. I mean, obviously it needs an oil change, but like, I checked the dipstick and the dipstick was dry, so I just added some until it was full. Obviously it's still dark as fuck, but hell yeah, bro. Dude. And you turn the traction control off and you rip the e-brake and you do some sick front wheel drive burnouts. Wow, I can't wait to fix that exhaust leak and get this thing going. Dude, I'm excited. Yeah, look at, here's the O2 sensor. That's what was left of it. That's the one that went into the car. This is the downstream. Look at, see, I still haven't. I want to put this grommet back on. Obviously, it's part of this sensor, but I think I'm just gonna cut the metal tab off, drill it out, and then try and slip it over these wires, just because there's like a pretty decent hole down there. Not that it's probably a big deal, but wow, I can't believe that. I can't believe the alternator started working again. That's cool. This is a cool car. I mean, it's not a cool car, but like, I wonder, I bet the battery was too dead. I bet it won't start itself again that fast. Yeah. So she still needs some runtime until till this battery gets refurbished or recharged properly. But dude, the alternator works. It just needs a jump pack to start it, and I can drive it around. Like, what? Good car. Good car. And I do have the mirror for it. I just have to glue some pieces back together. But I mean, this thing with some sweet wheels, like, I kind of want to get 17s so I can take the takeoffs off of this and put it on the drift car. But yeah, this is the vibe. This is gonna be the parts getter, and that's gonna be the race car. Now, alternatively, I have another car that I'm building. It's at my boy Sean's shop. He's the guy that helped me initially turbo my BMW. That is a Merkur XR4 Ti. It's an 87. It's got a 2.3 turbo with a 5-speed in it. It's basically a Ford motor. It's essentially like a Fox body style, like Ford body, but it's a Merkur. That thing is cool. It's running. We just have a little bit of a fueling problem, and then we have to drop the tank, figure out the fueling problem. Once we get that fueling problem figured out, put the tank back up. Then we want to do some front suspension stuff. We have actually E36 knuckles and coilovers to go onto that for the front end. We're gonna do like a custom angle kit on that. So we're gonna do that, and then we are going to get that tuned, and then that will essentially be drivable. It doesn't have a passenger seat at the moment, but it'll run and drive. It's got a welded diff already, just stock handbrake, but the stock handbrake actually uses a cable to pull a spring on the stock caliper. So the stock handbrake is actually your rear caliper. So in theory, you have a hydraulic handbrake. It's just cable. You apply the cable, and the cable applies the hydraulic, if that makes sense. But so I'm excited for that. That's sick. That's a project that's kind of been on hold for a little while. But when I had the issues with not being able to make a purchase through Marketplace, I decided, hey, I'm just going to go to Sean and see if we can, start working on that thing. And then I came home and I was like, hey, why don't I do this as well and turn this into a daily driver? Because I'm sure that I could get this running with a minimal amount of money. And what do you know? I put less than $200 into it, and it starts right up. It may need a battery. Definitely needs brakes, and it definitely needs tires, but that's really not bad. So what am I looking at? Another $500. So 700 bucks into this thing, and I've got there's not even no way. That's if I put like nice tires on it. Wow. Okay, cool. Anyways, that's gonna be a sick daily. That thing is always sick. I just love that thing. Yeah, that thing is sick. And I can't wait to show you guys the Merkur. The Merkur is going to be... That's going to be a cool project. We picked the Merkur up for 600 bucks. $600 in a junkyard, not running. Guy purchased some property and was just trying to clear it out. It had a bunch of cars on it, and we were like, yo, let's go pick this up. $600, didn't run. We got it running through a welded diff in it. We put it on a standalone ECU, put a tubular manifold, TO4E turbo. It was the same turbo that I was running on this car at the time, so I had a second one of it. So I was like, hey, let's just put this one on that car. So we're basically trying to make like 350 at the wheels with this 2.3 turbo 4-cylinder. So that's gonna be a sick project. Yeah, stick around, maybe you'll see it.